everybody. Uh, just gonna talk about the severe threat again. Um, this is by far the only time I've been able to do a video discussing it, other than last night. But so far in Alabama, we are not under any kind of watch or warning at this time. But that could change at any given time, and there's tornado watches in Mississippi already, and I'm seeing tweets now. There's already tornado warnings in place in Mississippi, and um, kind of makes me nervous. But um, but so far we're not under any kind of watch yet. But that could change at any time now. The only place is under a tornado watch right now is in parts of Tennessee and North Mississippi for now. But there's nothing out for any part of Alabama yet. But that may change it. That may change very soon. Hang on just a moment. Oh boy. Alright. But I pray everybody's done reviewed their severe weather safety plan and all that. And all that, and got your helmets and all that stuff ready. And basically just ready to go to your safe place, wherever that is, as long as it's not in a mobile home or vehicle. And um, what? And of course, if you were to ask me what the tornado watch means, I mean, we're not under one yet, but that may change at any time now. But if one were to be issued, it would only mean that conditions are favorable for tornadic development. And of course, the warning means that it's time to take action immediately, of course. And that plan of action is very simple. Don't be in a mobile home or vehicle. And excuse me, if you're and the one thing I have not talked about like I should is if you're in a vehicle and a tornado warning is in place, and you know you're in that warning, don't get out of your vehicle and get under an overpass. Don't do that. What you need to do is just pull over and get into a ditch if there is no site-built structure, such as a gas station or convenience store or restaurant, anything like that that's site-built. If none of that's available, just get into a ditch and cover your head with your hands. And if you have helmets, and I hope you've got one, make sure you have them and you put them on immediately. And like I said, there's already tornado watches in Mississippi and Tennessee, and I just started seeing some tweets about tornado warnings up in Mississippi already. So we're getting pretty close to being under a watch pretty soon. I haven't heard anything about it yet, but I'm checking whatever I'm getting on Twitter, and part of it. But the number one thing people need to realize that excuse me, that we don't need to panic. But so far we're not under any kind of watch yet, but that may change at any given time now. And as far as the timing of the storms getting here, I've been hearing multiple things that it could be here about 10 o'clock. and continue on throughout the night and into the early morning hours. But all we need to do, as long as we have our tornado safety plan and all that ready, and have a readiness kit and have multiple ways of receiving the watches and warnings and all that, and say a prayer, which is what we should always do before something like this happens. In fact, that's the number one thing we should do before it happens. But as long as we do that and we don't panic, we're going to be just fine. I can promise you that. And, excuse me, I mean, there have been reports that there have been tornadoes that were on the ground in Louisiana, but as far as the damage, so far it's kind of been tree damage or so, but I haven't heard of anything about homes being damaged or anything like that so far. And so far I've not heard anything about fatalities or injuries at this point, which is fantastic news. That's always the best news of all. But we still need to be on guard, on alert, and as long as we're prepared, as long as we are prepared, then we're going to be just fine. But from what I've heard, as far as the tornado threat, the greatest tornado threat is going to be in the shoals, and that's something we don't like to hear, honestly. But you know, we just need to be prepared. That is the bottom line. We all need to be prepared. And remember, if there's damage to your home or to your workplace or so, but you're still here, don't get mad, count your blessings. Because buildings and other property can be replaced, but a life can never be replaced. That is the bottom line. If you have any questions concerning the threat, feel free to ask me, and I'll be glad to answer them. Hold on. Let's see. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and end this video for a moment. Check out the update James Spann has, and I'll come right back on here. I'll come right back on there, I promise.